I'm sure you've heard this a million times, how good exercise is for you. Well, now it's time to make it, a million and one. Exercise is good for you. Exercise is good for you. And not just for your heart or your waistline, but most importantly for your brain, specifically for the circuits that keep you depressed. Almost everything that depression causes can be combated by exercise. Okay, let's go through a few. For example, physically, Depression makes you lethargic and tired, but exercise gives you more energy and vitality. Depression often messes up sleep patterns, but exercise improves your sleep, making it more restorative for your brain. Depression wreaks havoc on your appetite. So you either eat too little or too much, and it's junk food. In fact, people who eat a lot of processed foods are at higher risk of depression, right? We talked about that with sugar. Exercise improves your appetite, leading to more enjoyable eating and better health, unless there's an underlying eating disorder there that we need to address, which is extremely important and can be very pervasive and challenging. Mentally, depression can make it hard to concentrate, but exercise makes you mentally sharp and better at planning and decision making. Depression makes you, depressed. But exercise improves your mood. It also reduces anxiety, decreases stress, and boosts self-esteem. Socially, depression usually wants to keep you isolated and alone, but exercise tends to bring you out into the world, or you go to the gym, or you have a class, or whatever the case may be. And so furthermore, all of these effects make it more likely that you'll engage in other activities and thought processes that also reverse the course of depression. That's important. For example, exercise improves sleep. We talked about that, which then reduces pain, improves mood, and increases energy and alertness. The reduction in pain makes you more likely to exercise and increase your enjoyment of exercise. Having more energy also makes it more likely that you'll exercise. The take-home message is that this is all cause and effect, and they intermingle and they build on each other in an upward spiral towards you feeling better. That's why feelings follow behaviors. Yes, sometimes depression or bouts of sadness or experiencing this uncomfortable feeling in your body of whatever it might be forces us to think that we are the only person in the world who feels this way. And it forces you to believe that you can't do anything and you don't have enough power or willpower, and you're just like, you feel worthless and you feel less than. Like, that's the feelings that come up. And the only way to sort of get out of that is to force ourselves to do something, to force ourselves to get out of bed, to brush our teeth, to go for a walk, to exercise. It's all about little steps, incremental building from there. But it's really important to think about that stuff, because depression forces us to basically to not do the things that we know that are good for us. And the only way to get out of a depressive state, or to get out of sadness, or to combat these uncomfortable emotions is to be active, is to do stuff, is to go out into the world, to talk to a friend, to go exercise, to just move around a little bit, to journal, to do some of these activities that are going to help us alleviate some of these uncomfortable emotions, or alleviate some of these uncomfortable experiences that we're going through. And so we have to understand about awareness, acceptance, action, and that feelings follow behaviors. That's why having things written down, a plan of attack, protocol, a toolkit for when you might experiencing these things, because everyone goes through bouts of unhappiness and bouts of sadness. So having a plan of attack when it does come, so you can read it, implement it, and go towards it, is really, really helpful as sort of a proactive mental health plan inside of your proactive mental health toolkit.